Ife is known to be the most attractive and prettiest woman in Eremo village. She is also stunningly well proportioned in every aspect of her body structure. To be fair, Ife is one of a kind. She is undeniably unforgettable. Her radiant brown skin, greased with shea butter, is as smooth as the skin of a day-old baby. Even her voice is as sweet as the violin tune. At a very young age, Dayo, Ife's mother, worried about how people would react over her daughter's look. She feared the rate at which people gushes over her daughter's beauty could turn into something negative later in life. She worried that her daughter might become vain and lose her substance altogether. Dayo once told Ife when she was 18 years old that beauty should not be the only essence of a woman. Looks can only take one so far in life, but a good attitude is of better value than all the riches in the world combined. When Ife was 21 years old, she refused to marry any of the suitors found for her. She wanted a man as good looking as she is. Her dream is to have a perfect husband that matches her beauty standard, without putting into consideration whether he is going to be a good person or not. Her mother, Dayo, once again advised her daughter to avoid losing herself because beauty fades slowly as one gets older. Ife ignored her mother's advice. She lived for the attention, the praises, and the gifts she received from different men from various villages. As time goes on, Ife's beauty became more important than anything in her life. She would go to any length to keep her appearance younger and her skin softer. She would soak herself in rose petal waters for hours. Ife would always stay indoor and refused to step out in the sun. The only time she would step out is for a beauty pageant between villages. Sometimes, whenever Ife is invited as a guest for an occasion, she will use the opportunity as an excuse for her to display her gold jewelries and extravagant dresses. She had become very arrogant and self-serving. Oftentimes, Ife would only grace these events with her presence purposely because of her unquestionable quench for the villagers' approval. Her mother was devastated by how much Ife had turned out to be self-obsessive and extremely vain. Dayo, yet again, advised Ife that such behavior is not normal. Ife also maltreated her mother by refusing from doing any chores. She would find an excuse under the sun to talk her mother out of it. Rather, sometimes she would have her friends carry out these tasks. She said they were beneath someone of her status to do. By the time Ife was 23 years old, her ego had become larger than life itself. Ife flourishes when her beauty is being talked about, and her attire were adorned by her peers. However, Ife sometimes behaved irrationally if anyone else dared challenge her and try to steal the spotlight from her. Majority of the men in the village have tried to win her heart by asking her for her hand in marriage. Ife refused every single one of them because, in her words, they are not of the beauty standards she required. Other men from other villages offered Ife gifts and money, but Ife blatantly ignored their proposals. But secretly, Ife longed for her soulmate in appearance. She wanted a perfect looking family of her own. She had talked about the birth of the beauty dynasty by having the most beautiful family in all of Yoruba kingdom. Words had spread through the Yoruba land about Ife, the most beautiful woman that has refused the proposals of the likes of kings, warriors, and the richest man. Even the animal kingdom and the spirit kingdoms were aware of Ife's lust for perfection. One day, a breathtaking figure appeared in the village. The man was built like a statue. His handsome face was mesmerizing. He walked elegantly with a swag. The village women were falling on their knees as they witnessed the most spectacularly built man being created by the gods walked down the path towards Ife's house. Even the men were amazed by his look as they watched him with envy. The man knocked at Ife's door. Ife's mother, Dayo, answered the door. The man informed her about his intention to marry Ife. He introduced himself as Femi. He mentioned that he had come from a far away place deep in the woods. Ife was mesmerized by his height and most especially by his appearance. She accepted his proposal without asking the tough questions. Dayo was more curious about Femi and his family background. Femi would stylishly dodge Dayo's questions with jokes. Dayo's motherly instinct tells her something about Femi smell fishy. Ife cornered her mother at every chance from questioning Femi further. Dayo pulled Ife aside and reminded her that it's common sense to ask these typical questions. She explained that in the history of the Yoruba, it is strange for a man to show up unaccompanied by any of his family members or at least his friends to ask for a woman's hand in marriage. It has never been done before. However, Ife wouldn't let her mother reason stop her from marrying the most handsome man she had been waiting for all her life. She vowed to marry him at all costs, even if her mother does not give her blessings. Ife's mother once again warned her daughter that she could sense hundreds of miles away that something was not adding up. Unfortunately, Ife's mother caved in for the sake of peace, mostly because Ife was the only child, and also Ife's mind had been made up. 8 weeks later, Femi showed up once again with some strange looking fellows. Dayo observed that the people that accompanied Femi were behaving weirdly, similar to animals. They make odd sounds and also smell funny. Dayo called Ife's attention to this. As expected, Ife did not seem to care about such details. Her mother also advised her to slow things down, at least court Femi for a while and get to know him before accepting his marriage proposal. However, Ife was not having any of it. She just wanted to become Femi's wife as soon as possible. Few days later, the traditional marriage ceremony was held. People from across the Yoruba kingdom came to witness the man who had finally won Ife's hearts. Femi requested the blood oath to seal their love forever. Ife gladly agreed to stick by Femi through thick and thin. A few days later, Femi and his newly married wife set out for his village. Ife guaranteed her mother to send words once she had settled into a new home. Her mother tried to discourage her from going with Femi, but Ife was adamant about leaving. Her mother wished her well and prayed for her safety. Ife, Femi, and his companions traveled through the woods for the next few days. On the sixth day, Femi suddenly stopped in front of a big mountain. He mumbled a short incantation. All of a sudden, a large cave appeared. Ife was appalled as half human, half demon looking creatures rushed out of the cave, making funny noises she could not comprehend. Ife moved towards Femi in order to hide behind him. However, as soon as she reached a close proximity, Femi and his companions began to transform into the same scary creatures. Apparently, Femi was their leader. He disclosed that he had set out on a quest to bring her to his cave when news broke out about her. And since all Ife cared about was appearance, he took it upon himself to transform into the man worthy of her beauty standards. Ife cried out for her mother. She screamed for help, but no one could hear her. Her fate has been sealed. Femi declared that Ife was now one of them. Ife will remain as his wife. She will also have his children. However, she can no longer have any contact with the human world. As all tears flowed down her cheeks, Ife remembered her mother's constant advice. She regretted losing herself to vanity. She also wished she could turn back the hands of time to make better choices. Ife longed for her mother's hug. However, it was too late for her. Femi repeated the short incantation. The cave turned into a sealed, smelly, dark chambers where Ife lived for the rest of her life. She had half human and half monster children who she dared not look at. Ife was treated inhuman. She spent each day of the rest of her life praying for her freedom and longing for her mother's love. The moral of the story is that there is more to life than just beauty and appearance. We all, as humans, need to make better choices and learn to be kind, compassionate, and respectful to others. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next episode. The end. Ó dàbọ̀.